So, our tip of the month this month is finding probate deals at estate sales. You know, probate deals are some of the most lucrative real estate investing that you can do. I think the most money that I've ever made on real estate transactions were probate deals. At some point along the way, these deals, it's kind of like a pressure cooker. The people become extremely motivated to sell, and you can purchase some properties at really great prices. But it takes a lot of effort to find these properties. If you've ever tried to do probate, you spend a lot of time in the courthouse doing research online, meeting attorneys, sending out letters, buying mailing lists. But there's a shortcut. If you want to find probate deals, the easiest way to do that is by going to estate sales. There's a website called estatesales.net. And you can go there and pick your city, and it has a list of estate sales. But the easiest and the best way to find estate sales is just look in the paper. There's an awful lot of them advertised. Or just drive around in the areas in your farm area that has homes built in the 60s and 50s. You'll see a lot of estate sales on the weekends. When you find the estate sale, well, what you should do is make a goal to go see 4, 5, 6, or 10. Just make a goal. Every weekend I'm going to go see 5 estate sales and see if I can find the personal representative. When you go to these estate sales, if you're a husband, take your wife. If you're a wife, take your husband. If you're not married, take somebody that looks like your wife. You want to be a shopper and not a home buyer when you come to the estate sale. You're playing a part. So when you go to the estate sale, you look around at some of the stuff, and then you go up to the front desk where they're taking the money and say, did someone pass away? Most of the time they'll say yes. The people that lived here, maybe the husband or the wife just passed away, and there's no one left but the family. And then you say, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Now, this may be a family member. This may be someone that's running estate sales for the family. If that, either one is fine. If it's an estate sale company, you want to sign their little sheet so they'll send you emails about the new estate sales. And if it's a family member, ask them who's in charge. Is it your uncle or your grandfather or your sister? And they'll give you, usually will give you a name, and you might even be able to get a phone number from them. And you would say, is that person here? And they may say, yes, Uncle Joe's in the back room, which a lot of times you'll find that personal representative there at the sale. Now this is important. When you approach that personal representative, don't approach them about buying the property. You want to approach them with sympathy. They've just lost their mother or their sister or someone important to them. So the first thing you should say to them is this: I'm so sorry to hear about your loss. Start with empathy. And then say, my wife and I were here looking at, we like estate sales, but we really like this community, and we just wondered, had you decided what you were going to do with the property? You're not closing to purchase that day. If you bring a card to an estate sale, don't bring sell your house for cash card. You'll get kicked out. Actually, this is a true story. I told one of my students this on a Friday. Saturday afternoon, my phone rang, and it was that student. And he said, Dennis, you were right. I said, right about what? He said, they kicked me out of the estate sale. Oh. Well, I'm not telling you this just because I read it in the book. I've been there. I know how this works. You're closing to get these people's information. You just want to know, is it okay if I contact you later on, after you've had time to think? Because the way probate works, the more time that passes, the less they're feeling those stages of grief. Those stages of grief. One of those stages of grief is anger. That's why a lot of people don't do estate sales, because you get yelled at a lot if you don't know what you're doing. If you handle it this way, you'll rarely be yelled at, and you'll find some good deals. So close for information. You want their name, their phone number, so that you can contact them later on, and maybe you'll leave them your information so that if they decide to sell, they'll call you. And that's the tip of the month. For this tip and other tips of the month, go to dennisjhenson.com, and you'll see lots of great things that you can use in your real estate investing business, and most of them are free.